A small town in Belgium, famous of yesteryear for its diamond cutting and polishing, but across the day it's equally famous for the Houben family. The view from the local church, looking down upon the small village of Houben, not much has changed over the years really. Small manufacturing units, which is very commonplace of course in today's society. Church where Jeff Houben was married, still stands of course. A window where the local farmers use extensively for their bread to be ground. And there's young Jeff, handsome as he was many years ago. Behind every great man of course is a lady. And when Jeff met and married Evelyn, a diamond cutter's daughter, he discovered a real diamond. The canals, of course, of yesteryear were used extensively for transportation. There's your River Neve, which Jeff and Evelyn spent very many happy hours in their courting. Still nice and green, clear water, and few little fishes, which no doubt Jeff is reminiscent of what he'd caught. The school where Jeff went to as a boy. That's the back of the school. The front of the school hasn't changed one bit. No doubt Jeff is thinking of the days when every day was sunshine and a bottle of water and a piece of bread. And every day, as I say, was sunshine. The house where Jeff was born 70 years ago, unfortunately, is now under demolition orders. The grass and the weeds are growing, of course, and the paintwork is not pristine as it was of yesteryear, but fond memories of those days when Jeff was a schoolboy. Again, the long hot summers and the love of nature in the local woods of Houben, in particular the birds, the feathered variety, the house where he played very many happy hours with his close friend, the local coal mine where Jeff first started work at Winterslag, and the hard times no doubt are still in Jeff's memories. In later years, he learnt the very skilled craft of diamond cutting and polishing. And Jeff's natural patience and perfection came very much into play, which has held him in good stead, even today, with the love of his pigeons. A real craftsman at work. The name Houben had been at the very top for years, but even to this day, Borge remains the favorite race. Jeff, with his dear old dad, started, back in those days, the foundation of a world-famous family. For example, the good Blauwen, son of the old Bluwen. The Geschotten Duven, granddaughter of Desmond Matisse's Gannard. The Baron, a super racer and a son of the good Blauwen. The young radio, typical even today of the Houben family, a son of the old radio. The old Lichtan, yet another one to lay the foundation of this remarkable family of winners. Jeff himself keen to encourage the local youngsters, showing the finer points of the Houben family, and of course Jeff himself showing how tame and friendly, even to this day, they still are. His lovely wife Evelyn shares the joy of pigeons with Jeffrey. And of course Jeff on race day, like us all pigeon fanciers, keen, wound up and enthusiastic for day's racing. Jeff was his lifelong friend Stan Reitmakers, and unfortunately now has passed away. Look at the Houben pigeons, for example, the young Baron, son of a Baron, the world-renowned pigeons. The artiste, his pedigree can be traced back to Jeff's grandfathers. The good Zorten, the good dark one, Leven first plus much, much more, a son of a young radio and the old Lichtan. Good Duvenik, a big winner, as a stock hen, she's world class, a granddaughter of a young radio. The young artiste, a legend in the Houben family, a son of the old artiste and the first, winners and winners and winners. Sissy, a daughter of a young baron, and a head good Divanik, formed a unique breeding couple of breadwinners throughout the world. Sonny, a flying machine and sire of very many winners, second ace pigeon all Belgium. The Viking, an S brother of Sonny, and cast in the same mould, super successful. The Hero, yet another star in a loft of superstars, father of a famous Porky. Stella won 3 top national prizes from, of course, Bourges, the Houben specialty. The press, the worldwide press, acclaimed the continuing success of the megastars of Idegem. But really it all starts at number 12, Herberstraat in Idegem. No lay-ins for the master. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a champion fancier, is the motto of the Houben family. And of course, each morning starts with breakfast. Lovely Evelyn bringing Geoffrey his bacon. Always looking after Jeff's every need. No doubt whilst Jeff is making his bacon sandwich, contemplating and planning a very, very busy day ahead. A day which starts very much the same, winter and summer. A family conference, a daily ritual in the Houben family. Jeff, the captain of operations. Nadia, ever enthusiastic. Evelyn, of course, Jeff's wife. And Roberto, Nadia's husband. Luke, known as the bookkeeper. Cindy, the apple of Jeff's eye, his granddaughter. And Monique, Luke's wife. The team. The team of the Houben family, which have made them world famous. After a quick pep talk by the captain, tasks to achieve, Luke says, "Come on, lads, let's go on with it." So, adorning their loft coats and their slippers from the hygiene point of view, the team sets about a daily task. Winter and summer, the routine is the same. This perhaps is the secret behind the Houben family's continuing success. Team spirit, enthusiasm, and dedication, of course. With the instructions ringing in their ears from the captain, they set about their tasks. They all have specific jobs to do. Robert, for example, looks after the breeders. Evelyn, a loft of widowers and youngsters. Nadia, 2 teams of widowers. Doors are open. The widowed cocks take their exercise in the morning sun. How well they look. Cleanliness is next to godliness, is the Houben motto. Cleaning out every day. Every day, winter and summer, the tasks are performed by all the family. The tameness and the affinity and the closeness of these Houben pigeons is remarkable. Luke, scraping away. The pigeons enjoying his company. No better way to keep a loft clean than with a good hoover. All the nooks and crannies, and the enthusiasm, the energy used is shared by all the family. Nadia ensuring the drinking area is clinically clean. Again, that tameness, that link with the family is shown clearly by Nadia. Young Cindy calling her favourite young cock-up, typical dark Houben. Perhaps that's the secret of their success. Whilst that's going on, young Robert is busying himself with the breeders. This is the centre of the Houben family, where the stock pigeons are kept. So obviously their health and happiness is vital to the continued success of a family. Again, scraped out, cleaned out, disinfected out each and every day. To watch these people work is very remarkable, with their enthusiasm and dedication to the job. Nothing is left except the cleanliness, the health and happiness of the pigeons. Water with disinfectant is used extensively throughout the lofts. 100% health is the only way to win the kind of races the Houbens excel in. Again, hands and knees, scrubbing away. You cannot re-emphasize enough, it's not for the cameras, this is done each and every day, winter and summer. The bath, another vital aspect of the Houben husbandry. All inmates enjoy a bath once or twice a week with added bath salts to ensure the softness and relaxation of the muscles. When the water goes in, no pigeons flapping and flying around your head, they are quite content with this twice weekly ritual. Feeding. The Houbens see feeding as a real art. The ritual feeding always takes 2 hours. After the pigeons have finished their morning exercises, they are called in with lots of encouragement with sweet seed and what have you. Pigeons which race and compete in the short, middle and long distances are all in the same loft. So each pigeon has his own feeding plan, being adjusted of course to the day of being basketed. On the day of arrival from the race, they get a ration of what we call depurative, but without the barley, and in the late afternoon, a little more. During the whole week, the widowers, which are going to be entered on the middle distance, get a flat tablespoonful of diet mixture every morning, and in the evening, a heaped tablespoonful of raisin mixture. On the morning of basketing, they get as much as they can eat of a diet mixture. The pigeons deployed on the short distance also get a tablespoon of diet mixture in the morning, and as from Tuesday morning onwards, a flat tablespoonful, half diet, half raisin mixture is given. In the evening also, a tablespoonful of sports mixture is given. Once a week, the raisin mixture is prepared with natural substances like lemon juice and brewer's yeast. The young pigeons follow nearly the same food range. Only some barley is added to the diet mixture, and the raisin mixture fed to the young pigeons is a little lighter, little more wheat, little more barley, and less of the pulses, maple peas or what have you. Equally important, of course, to the feed is the drinking water. Twice a day the water is changed every time the drinker is replaced by another, meaning there's one always in use and one not. And of course, the spread of disease is then kept to a minimum. Notice, by the way, the drinker is standing on a bench, so on the actual floor, wetness and dust and feathers is avoided. And of course, food is fed into the ultra-clean hoppers, ready for the waiting inmates. Everything in the Houben loft, nothing is taken to chance, and the quality and condition, of course, reflects this. Timing is clockwork precision by all the family. Nothing is ever left to chance. This must be the testimony of every breeder and racer who hopes to succeed in the sport of pigeon racing. Young bird racing, of course, very important to the Houben family. Incidentally, this Sputnik trap, which they're going to be released from, note the little ladder inside. In the daytime it can be opened and you can bask in the sunshine. And of course, in the evening it can be closed across, stop the pigeons and drafts and the possibility of head colds. The methods of the Houben family are very simple. Both widowers and breeders are generally paired at the end of November. They raise a round of youngsters, and among the breeders, the young ones are weaned off by the age of 23 days. The widowers' youngsters are weaned off at 17 days, and they are put into a separate loft together with their hens. In this way, they do not start to molt too early, and wing feathers are in reasonable condition when the longer young bird races come. After the young birds have been flying for a few weeks, they're treated against trichomoniasis, canker, of course. The sexes are left together, and after flying quivering about 65, 70 miles twice, the hens and cocks are then separated. Then, when raced, the compartment door separating the young hens and the young cocks are opened, and for a few hours spend time together. The other youngsters are played on the nest. So, cocks and hens, of course, tread among themselves. Sometimes, to make the numbers up, an old cock or old hen are put into the team. In this way, it keeps everybody happy. To delay the molting of a young bird team, half the team are darkened down. Even the evening at 6 o'clock, the curtains are drawn till 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is from halfway through February till the end of May. The darkened youngsters are played on a similar system, a mild form of widowhood. And again, of course, in this way, the molting is delayed. The youngsters raced on both systems are staked and entered in the national races at the beginning of September. The darkening of the young pigeons is a necessary intervention to delay the molting. And the experience of the Houben family is that the losses on both systems is no bigger than normal. When the youngsters are basketed, a special effort is made to give them extra motivation. Of course, Jeff, looking through the peephole, see the behavior of his favorites, possibly his nomination pigeon for that weekend. The hard work of training the youngsters is left to Evelyn and Nadia. There are 8 stages up to about 40 miles, for which every consideration is taking into account the weather, etc., of course. Carefully loaded on. Different to the very old days when we all had bicycles, but there we are. Down they go. And away. Hopefully in a safe return. Meanwhile, whilst the youngsters are being basketed for a race, each and every one is evaluated. The full wing is essential. The throat, of course, is examined as a reflection of their health. A nice pink throat. Bright eyes. Dry head, of course. Clean feet. All helps in the selection of the young pigeons. The lofts of the Houben family is not out of the ordinary, really. Every loft has a roof covered with tiles, and on top, right along the very top, is a pipe which forms the ridge. Of course, underneath makes it easy for air to circulate, which is so important.